So David Haye versus Dereck Chisora is on. You get me? This fight is on. And boy, to say that I'm excited about this fight is an understatement. You know what I mean? I can't wait for this fight, man. I can't wait for this. And pretty much this is the only heavyweight fight in boxing that anyone gives a fuck about. Well, not anyone, but apart from die-hard Klitschko fans, no one in terms of, the general boxing public gives a fuck about any heavyweight fight except this fight. You know what I mean? This is the heavyweight fight that is that's generated more interest than all the heavyweight fights put together for the last 10 years. You understand? People can't wait to see this fight. And look, I'm not trying to say that Dereck Chisora and David Haye are the two best heavyweights in the world. Obviously, they're not. They just lost to the two best heavyweights in the world. Yeah? So I know that. So, Klitschko fans, just chill. Just fall back. You get me? I know I'm not trying to say these two are the best, but you're missing the point. You understand? Because even though the Klitschkos are the best, they're not the most exciting heavyweights in the world. You understand? But possibly the two most exciting, or at least two of the most exciting heavyweights in the world is David Haye and Dereck Chisora. You understand? Like, I'm not just talking about their styles of fighting inside the ring, but the trash talk and all the smack talk they bring outside of the ring. You know what I mean? And obviously that brawl they had in Germany has created all this, created all this hoopla and whatever. So, man, I can't wait for this fight. You know what I mean? I know there's a lot of things been said about whether this fight it should take place, from a moral standpoint and whatnot. But hey, putting all that aside just for a second, do I want to see this fight? Do I want to see these two guys clash? Yes, I do. Even before they had the street fight in Germany, yeah, the idea of these two guys fighting always intrigued a lot of people. You understand? I remember talking in the comment section to people a long time ago. Can you imagine if David Haye fought Dereck Chisora? Because both guys have got a big mouth. You understand? Both guys, they're very similar characters. You understand? Very similar characters. Both of them like to talk a lot of shit. Both of them are controversial. You know what I mean? Both of them are confident. And wow, man, I can't wait for this fight to happen. I never thought this fight would happen for the simple fact that David Haye said it would never happen. David Haye was saying a long time, he was saying, after the brawl in Germany, he was saying, I'll never fight Dereck Chisora. You get me? He said that numerous times on the radio, on the television, different TV shows and stuff like that. He was saying he would never fight Dereck Chisora. So I just assumed, boy, well, maybe it'll never happen. Now, obviously, I knew long time you should always take anything David Haye says with a pinch of salt. You should never take anything he says too seriously. Because, you can't always trust what David Haye says. We know that, you know what I mean? And those of you who were subscribed to me a long time ago, through the whole Klitschko, situation with Haye and Klitschko, like who was ducking who, you will know that I said all along that it was Haye who was ducking the Klitschko. He was postponing that fight, you know what I mean? He was delaying that fight because he knew how risky it was. He wanted to leave that fight until the very end of his career, you know what I mean? And cash in at the end when he could afford to take a risk. He wanted to milk his WBA belt before he took a big risk in fighting Klitschko, right? But a lot of people thought that it was Klitschko who was ducking, you know what I mean? So I know that Haye, he talks a lot of shit, you know what I mean? A lot of the time, you can't always trust what he's saying. I know that. But on this occasion, he did get me, you know what I mean? He did get me. I really thought that Haye was serious when he said he's never going to fight Chisora. I thought maybe he was scared of Chisora. I don't know, you know what I mean? But I guess I was wrong. He obviously sees this as a fight he can easily win, you know what I mean? Or else he wouldn't be taking it because Chisora is not a world heavyweight champion or anything like that, and that's the only fight that he really seemed like he wanted to come out of retirement for was a Klitschko fight. You understand? So the fact he's coming out of retirement for Chisora really makes me think that obviously he's going to make a lot of money out of this fight, yeah? But at the same time, he must think he can win this fight pretty easy. You get me? Or else he wouldn't be taking it. You understand? And, the thing that made me laugh about this fight, not just the fact that, David Haye, you can't trust nothing this guy says, but the thing that made me laugh is Frank Warren, man. Frank Warren, the promoter and manager of Dereck Chisora, after the whole situation in Germany, Frankie Boy Warren, old fish eyes, that I found out on a lot of the boxing forums that they call Frank Warren fish eyes. And one look at the guy, you know why they call him fish eyes, yeah? And they're always saying that never trust a man with fish eyes. Hey, some of these guys on the forums crack me up, you know. Fish eyes. Oh, fish eyes Frank Warren. Anyway, Frankie boy was saying after the incident in Germany with Haye and Chisora that, you know, he was disgraceful what they did and this, that, and the other, and he would never promote a fight between Dereck Chisora and David Haye. That's not something he would be interested in. And a couple months later, old Frankie boy is coming out and promoting the fucking fight himself. Hey, Frankie boy, why can't you just admit the fact that you're just money hungry? Why all this pseudo morality, man? Come on now. No one believes it anyway. Like, this guy's pretending to be some moral character for the mainstream media. We know you ain't got no morals, Frankie boy. We know the way you've been treating your fighters for years. Yeah, you ain't the moral character out here. You're just out here to make money. So, and you know what? I like the way Frank Warren made this fight happen anyway. You know what I mean? He found some crazy loophole in the law whereby he could make this fight happen, because now the UK is part of the European Union. You understand? You know, almost they're trying to make it into Europe into a like a United States in a certain sense. You understand? So, but you know, it's still in the process. It's still in the process of becoming something like the United States. So anyway, you know, Frank Warren found a new loophole in the law whereby you can get a fight commissioned in the UK even without the approval of the UK Commission. You can have the approval of the commission from another European country, which is a member of the European Union. You understand? He found this loophole, which, as far as I'm aware, has never been exploited before. You get me? And this may open a whole, you know, can of worms. You understand? The fact that he's been able to bypass the British Board of Boxing Control, which is the boxing commission in the UK. He's been able to completely bypass them to get this fight on. I mean, it's unprecedented what he's doing here. You get me? But that's what makes it all the more funny what Frank Warren is doing. You understand? Because Frank Warren is coming out trying to justify what he's doing, saying, oh, well, you know, I've got a legal obligation to Dereck Chisora as his manager, you know, to basically earn him a living. You know what I mean? To allow him to earn a living. So hang on, Frank. Are you trying to say that you're going to the lengths, yeah? You're going to all these lengths, right? You're going out of your way to all this effort, you know what I mean? To literally apply to all these different organizations in Europe, right? To find your boy some fights. You get me? Like, Frank Warren could have easily put Dereck Chisora on the undercard in any country, in America, in Russia, anywhere he wanted to. He could have put him on the undercard against some contender easy. That would have been easy. But the guy has gone to the lengths of finding a boxing commission that will sanction a fight here in the UK. You know what I mean? And go over the heads of the UK commission. You know what I mean? The British Board of Boxing Control. He has gone to great lengths to make this fight happen. And he's trying to act like he's only doing it for Dereck Chisora. Get the fuck out. Frankie boy. Never trust a man with fish eyes, you know. Never trust a man with fish eyes. Frankie boy Warren, you crack me up, man. You crack me up. He is cashing in big time. Look, in the UK this year in London, it's the Olympics. You understand? And he's having this Dereck Chisora David Haye fight in a football stadium. You understand? He's hoping to pack out a football stadium because it's the Olympics and there's going to be a lot of people coming over to the UK from different countries, from America, from Europe, from all over the world. So there's going to be a hell of a lot of people in the UK. Yeah? A lot of, you know what I mean, boxing fans and stuff like that. A lot of people in the UK, right? Most of them, or at least a good percentage of them, will be aware of David Haye or Dereck Chisora and aware of the situation that went on between them. You know what I mean? So Frank Warren very cleverly has, it's like a master. He's like a master, you know what I mean, in these type of situations. He has used this you know, the timing of the Olympics to his advantage. You understand? He knows that there's going to be so much people around that he can actually put this fight in a football stadium. You get me? Because he knows there's going to be so much people around for the Olympics. You know what I mean? On top of all the interest that this fight is already generating. You know what I mean? And like I said, man, you know, no disrespect to the Klitschko's, but outside of hardcore Klitschko fans, no one really cares about their fights anymore. You understand? For whatever reason. You get what I'm saying? Some people say that because they're not American or whatever, people don't care about them. But at the end of the day, Chisora and Haye ain't American, but people care about them. You know what I mean? They're not even the best heavyweights in the world, but people care about Chisora and Haye. You know what I mean? And anyway, I got to big up talking about Klitschko fans, I got to big up my boy Darth Muse. He's a big Klitschko fan. Got to big him up because he's always the guy first with the information on the heavyweight scene, especially, you get me? And he told me about this fight a couple days ago, you get me? So big up Darth Muse every time, you know what I mean? Obviously, he's a big Klitschko fan, but yeah, this fight generates so much interest and it's so big that, think about this, right? Think about this, right? This fight has generated so much interest that they have got, and this is a non-title fight. Think about that. This is a non-title heavyweight fight. Non-title, no title on the line. But yet, they've got the world heavyweight, WBA world heavyweight title between Povetkin and Hasim Rahman on the undercard of Haye Chisora. Has that ever been done before? As far as I'm aware, in terms of heavyweight fights, that's never been done before as far as I can think of, you know what I mean? Them having a heavyweight title fight on an undercard of a non-title heavyweight fight. That's crazy, you get me? That's how much no one gives a shit about Povetkin. You get what I'm saying? This is crazy. And, you know, Frank Warren, the promoter, is trying to say that although Sauerland are also promoting this event, you know, Frank Warren is trying to distance himself a little bit from you know, responsibility for this whole event by saying that Sauerland are the main promoters, you get me? But we all know Frankie Boy is also involved in a big way, you understand? So, but yeah, he's trying to distance himself by, you know, saying, oh yeah, Sauerland are the promoters, I'm just managing. Yeah, whatever, Frank Warren. The fight's on Box Nation, which Frank Warren has a very, very big part. Box Nation is a TV station here in the UK, which is a boxing channel, exclusive boxing channel. You understand? And Frank Warren has a very big stake in that channel. You understand? And that's the channel that the fight is going to be aired on. You understand? So, yeah, man, you know, it's a big fight, even though it's a non-title fight. It's the only heavyweight fight that people care about at this particular moment in terms of, you know, the mainstream boxing public. I can't wait for this fight. I can't wait for it. As far as who I think is going to win, boy, you'll have to wait for my prediction to see who I think is going to win. But I think it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be an interesting fight. You get me? I know a lot of people are pulling for Haye straight away, saying Haye's going to do it easy. Maybe, you know, but I think it deserves a little more deeper analysis than that. I think Chisora proved in the Klitschko fight that he is a world level heavyweight. You understand? Ain't no one done as well as Chisora against Klitschko for a long, long time. You understand? So you do have to take him seriously as a world-class heavyweight. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm looking forward to this fight a great deal, despite all the controversy and whatnot. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to this one, man. You know what I mean? And old fish eyes Frank Warren, you know, he made it happen. You get me? He made it happen. Whether people think it's in good taste or not, you know, at the end of the day, controversy sells. You understand? That's why people watch wrestling. Even though wrestling ain't real, you know, the fact that it's full of so much drama and smack talk, you know, that's why people watch it. They're willing to watch something that's not even real, it's fake, just for all the drama associated with it, you know what I mean, and involved in it. That's what attracts people. I mean, I can't remember the last time that two characters like Chisora and Haye fought each other. You know what I mean? Two loudmouth guys, you know, who love smack talk so much actually fought each other. I can't remember the last time it happened. Maybe it was Prince Nassim against Kevin Kelly. You know what I mean? Both of those guys like to talk a lot of smack, but even so, when Prince Nassim fought Kevin Kelly, even though both guys talk a lot of, you know, like to talk a lot of smack, it wasn't really a grudge match. You understand? The way that this fight is a grudge match, because these guys have got history, you know what I mean? They had a street fight and they really hate each other. It's genuine. Whereas Kelly and Prince Nassim kind of liked each other slyly, you know what I mean? They didn't really hate each other like that. They had a lot of admiration and respect for each other. But obviously, you know, it was a fight, so, you know, it was competition. They both guys with big egos, so, you know, they both wanted to win and whatnot. But, you know, pretty much Prince Nassim and Kevin Kelly are choir boys compared to Haye and Chisora. You get me? They're literally choir boys compared to these two, man. And, you know, I can't wait for this fight. And, you know, like I said, these two have got history. And apparently a few weeks ago, or at least since the brawl in Germany, Dereck Chisora must have seen David Haye in a restaurant in London somewhere. And he approached David Haye like he wanted to go at it again. He kept me. That just shows you how crazy Dereck Chisora is. Yeah, after he had his license taken away and all that business, the guy still wants to, you know what I mean, settle in the street with David Haye. That's how crazy Dereck is, man. He's fucking crazy. And apparently David Haye picked up a knife. He picked up a knife, you know. And David Haye wanted to shank Dereck Chisora or something, man. It's fucking crazy. Oh, man. And boy, you know, David Haye's really got us all fooled with his R&B look, man. You know what I mean? The guy's picking up knives and shit. Oh, shit. Oh, crazy. And what the fuck's up with Dereck Chisora as well, snitching? Dereck Chisora just snitched to the public like, yeah, David Haye pulled a knife on me. Is that snitching or is that dry snitching? You tell me, man. Fucking hilarious. But yeah, you know, obviously this fight is in bad taste. A lot of people are not going to like it. You understand? A lot of people think that, you know, these guys need to be banned. Me personally, I'm not really condoning the way that the situation went down. I think Dereck Chisora is out of control. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I do think that the media response to what happened was disproportionate. I do believe that. You get me? The media went over the top. Way over the top. I mean, the UK media's like that. They do that type of shit. You know what I mean? They do go over the top all the time. You know what I mean? So it was over the top. But fuck it. The fight's happening. I'm glad it's happening. You get me? I can't wait for this fight, man. I know a lot of people are talking about they're going to go see the fight. I know UK Wing Chun student, he's talking about he's going to go see the fight. You know what I mean? Errol Jarrett is another guy, get me? He's talking about he's going to see the fight. You know what I mean? I might go down there myself. You know what I mean? We'll see. But it's going to be a big fight in the UK in the Olympic year during the summer. Can't wait for this shit. And I think it's going to be a good fight. A lot of people are saying that, you know, Haye's going to use the running tactics. He's not going to use the running tactics. You understand? Trust me. Because I knew he'd use the running tactics against Klitschko. I knew he'd be running about against Klitschko because that's the only way he could fight. And all of you who remember my prediction, David Haye Klitschko prediction, I was one of the only people on YouTube, you know, at least making videos on YouTube, who was saying that this fight's going to go 12 rounds and Klitschko's going to win a points decision. Most people thought it was going to be a knockout either way. But I was like, you know what? I think it's going to go to points and I think Klitschko's going to win a decision. I was one of the very few guys who said that. Obviously, there was a lot of other people who were saying it, but they weren't making YouTube videos. A lot, you know, there was a couple people that were on my channel, subscribers to my channel, that were saying, yeah, they think it's going to go 12 rounds. Yeah, and Klitschko's going to win. But, you know, styles make fights. You understand? And I just see the two styles of, you know, Chisora and Haye making for a good fight, an exciting fight. And, you know, the big thing in this fight is going to be how good is Dereck Chisora's chin? And can Dereck Chisora walk through Haye's punches the way he walked through Klitschko's punches? If he can, then David Haye's in serious trouble. Trust me. Trust what I'm telling you right now. If Chisora can walk through David Haye's punches the way he walked through Klitschko's punches, David Haye is in serious trouble in this fight. You know what I mean? So you better hope that he can't. You understand? But anyway, man, I'm just crazy excited for this fight. You get me? Very excited. Can't wait for this to happen. Yeah, let me know what you lot think in the comment section below. Who do you think is going to win this fight? How do you think the fight's going to go? What's the result going to be? Is any of you looking to go down there yourselves? You get me? What do you think is going to happen here? I'm sure there's a lot of stuff I ain't said about this fight that I want to say about the fight. You know what I mean? That's why this video is going 18 minutes long, and there's still stuff that I know I should have said in this video that I ain't said. You get me? But I'm probably going to say it in the comment section, and I'm definitely going to make more videos about this fight. You get me? Because this fight is just so intriguing to me. You get me? Having these two characters clashing like this. You get me? So, you know, we'll see what happens, man. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below. This is Hatman. I'm out.